Yeah, it's nothing like a video to show you how far your hair is receding on your head, isn't it? Uh, so my earlier one, which I made about an hour or so ago, now showered and shaved. A little more human. Went out to Target and Stater Brothers to get a couple of things. And one thing occurred to me, and it actually occurred to me quite a lot living here in Southern California, um, is there's a law that they passed, I don't know how many, long time ago, long before I moved here, that pedestrians have the right of way at all intersections, and that every driver's got to yield to them, no matter what. And which I actually have no problem with. The issue I have with it, however, it has now created this class of people who just wander out onto the streets, and especially in parking lots. Yeah, I was, as a point being, as I was at Target, this lady, as I'm driving to the front of the place, this lady just walks right out of Target, not without even looking left or right, just wanders right into the fucking parking lot. And I'm thinking, yes, it's my responsibility if I hit her and I'm going to get in trouble. But at what point in time did you just decide, you know what, I'm not going to look left or right when I'm going to go into the street anymore. I'm not going to look left or right, even in the parking lot anymore. You know, it just irritates me that this self-entitlement, a lot of Californians have this, especially native-born ones, but the ones who've moved here, and even that includes me, but I mean, they have this sort of entitlement factor that they think that they have a right to do all this shit. And, my roommate, he works for Regal Cinema. He's a general manager for them. And I just hear the stories, the nightmare stories of dealing with the public. And I've dealt with the public for 30 years. And so I know how bad they can be and think that they deserve something for nothing when they don't deserve anything. And so many companies now have just collapsed and accepted, people bitching and complaining about things and giving them free things for no reason whatsoever. And so that's one of them. I just drives me crazy here in California. That people just wander into the street without looking left or right, without and just doing it. And it's just like, please pay a fucking attention to where you're going, And so it's just an irritating thing. Overall, I mean, I want to, when I was talking earlier about my job and my job search and lack of jobs and how I feel, I do feel, there are days I have my ups and my downs, and I want to remain positive, but it's hard. And I'm doing this all by myself. I have a roommate who's very supportive. I don't think he's ever going to kick me out if I get to the point in time where I have no money, and my money is shrinking faster and faster. As I go to the grocery store every day, or every time I go there, my unemployment money is dwindling and dwindling because I saved it, and I squirrels with their nuts. I squirreled it all away, but it's going to go away, and I don't have much savings. Never have, because I have worked retail for all my life, and I never made enough money to put anything away. And I do have an IRA, but obviously I don't want to touch that, and because now, especially now, if I take it out, there's a penalty to it, and it reduces it even more. And so, But anyways, and working with Blue Seraph Productions, who made Judas Kiss, over there in the corner, Judas Kiss, so yeah, it's been they. I'll be working with them hopefully in The Dark Place, which begins filming in Portland at the end of April, and then something like summer, hopefully to film towards the fall, maybe in Texas, probably. That's where they're shooting for anyways. And you should go see their Kickstarter campaign, but they help me out, and it's great, but I've The Dark, and I'll get paid for the Dark Place shoot. But that's still, 2 months away. What the hell am I going to do? And so, I mean, so that helps out. And I hang out with them, and it's great and to be there. But on the other half, it's just, I know I sound like a whining, bitchy, complaining girl, but it's true. But anyway, it's just certain things that bother me about here. I mean, I don't want to go back to Chicago. Chicago sort of seems to be a non-place. I mean, I love the city, don't get me wrong, and I miss my friends dearly, and I miss my family. But, I mean, the weather here is so much more cooperative. And I mean, honestly, that's one of the things that keeps me here is the weather. And my friends here, too. I mean, being involved in the movie stuff has been great, and, until Blue Sarah really gets going, where they have multiple films going. I mean, my goal is to eventually work for JT completely, and work for his production company. But that's, but that's, could be years from now before that ever happens, depending upon the success of The Dark Place and something like Summer. And so, who knows? So in the short term, I don't, like I said earlier, I just don't really want to start over again. I don't want to start at minimum wage. And I know that's sort of an entitlement thing that I spoke about earlier. But, I don't know, I don't understand why getting a job is so freaking difficult. And, the Republicans, the GOP, will say, well, hey, if you have to work at Target or you have to work at McDonald's, you do that. Great. You do it. You do that. You find yourself, kicked out of your butt after 14 years of working for Borders. At age 50, you do it. See how it worked for you. Yes, I did have a college education. That's probably the biggest thing, drawback for me. But, I can't turn back time. I can only move forward. And moving forward is very difficult, though. And when you're doing this sort of all alone and no one, wants to hear me bitch and complain anymore. Even I'm getting tired of it. So, who knows? The next couple of days, I'm going to, I have to before the weekend, do my Oscar picks. And we'll see what happens from there. So I'm going to go for now. And yeah, talk to you later.